Hey guys, I finally got the full arc braces. Check it out! Cheese! Yeah. So it has been about a month and a half since the last time I've recorded. I have missed the last time I went, so I'm really sorry about that. The reason I couldn't do it is because the battery for the camera was dead. So then I went to go charge it, but I couldn't find the charger. So I'm sorry, you guys. So I had to wait all this time until now to do it. So what happened on the last orthodontist appointment was the same thing. They just got new springs in, and that's basically what they did for the before orthodontist appointment. So for this one, they gave me the full arc. I'm so happy. So this is how my story goes for the ortho. I had another doctor trying to work on me because my actual ortho was working on someone else, getting someone else prepared for the next thing, and so he's just switching around, trying to get to me and so far. And what she was basically doing was she was taking it off, the rubber bands they're on, and the wire, and then he comes back and then tells me what's going to be happening. So what I said before was he's kind of a student orthodontist that's working on kids getting ready for braces and stuff. So he's training to be the real thing. And in my personal opinion, I think he's actually really great at being an ortho. So I think he's just pretty good. But the person that was taking out the rubber band that goes right here to keep the wire there stable, and taking out the wire, I didn't see her as being good because she would be silent the whole time, and she would just like take it out, and she would hurt me. She would hurt me when she was taking it out, and she was just silent the whole time, put it in, just doing her job, So my ortho was starting to talk to this one other lady that's a actual professional ortho, and she is looking into my mouth to see what to do next, to see if they should pull back the canines more, or should I just get a full arc of wire. And she's like, he'll feel more secure if he just give him the whole wire. So, and that was the deal. So he literally said it just like this. So as he's getting the stuff for the wires and the rubber bands that he puts on, he's like, well, today, Nick, you are getting the full braces today. I was like, yes! So then he put the gauze in so he could have some room on the top, and then clean the teeth a little, scraped off anything that could be in the way, then dried it, and then put the glue on, then the bracket, and then the neon blue light to harden the cement that's on. So it didn't take long. He's actually pretty good at it now. But when I put my mouth onto it, it was really hard. I was like, ugh. Yep. It was pretty difficult at first because my tooth is still way up, and then when I double that height, it just seems like my lip is going super high, so I can feel it a lot. So yeah, I also have it on the bottom too. It used to be springs, and now I have the full arc on the bottom, because now since they separated the teeth, the tooth can finally come in and be straight. So I'll show you that right now. And I'll show you the bottom of it. So yeah, there you go. I think there is a lot of progress within the bottom. The bottom looks pretty much straight right now. The top, not so much. In my opinion, I don't think this tooth went down as much. I think it just tilted more to the right. So I think that's it for this. For the pain, it did hurt for about 6 days actually, because it hurt a lot. Like the top hurt a lot, the bottom hurt a lot because I don't know, I just really couldn't eat a lot. The molars didn't hurt much. It's just used to the movement right now, but this was just massive movement in the front. So I'm glad for the movement, but it was just so painful. And also, when they put in the wire, they have to cut it in the back so it doesn't poke your skin and then, you know, make it more swollen, go through it or something. So at first, it was the bottom one that she cut, and she's like, "Are you sure it's alright?" And I said, "Yeah." But this tooth in the front moved so much. It moved in one day, like into its perfect spot. And so that gave extra wire to the back, and started poking a lot. And I had a lot of holes like right here inside, and it hurt a lot. We were about to go call my ortho just to go and cut it. So then my dad was like, I can cut it. I was like, what? You sure? Because I was kind of a little scared that he was going to do something terribly wrong, because what if like he cuts it and then I swallow it? I just can't imagine it. Or if it gets like stuck into something. I don't know, but I just didn't want something to go wrong. I mean, and my ortho said to go and call him before we actually even go do something ourselves. But of course, he didn't do it. So we went to go get some pliers. I don't think it's pliers, but like cutters. We couldn't find the mini ones that we needed to cut it because it's just in a small spot. So we got like the big ones, and my mouth was like super bulked up because that big old tool was in my mouth. So yeah, so he was putting it in there, and wouldn't cut. It would just bend. It would bend inside my mouth and wouldn't really cut. So I was like, this ain't working. Let's go to our neighbors and get some tools. And I was like, alright. So we finally found one that was actually smaller and sharper. More news. So we were pretty sure this was going to work. So we went in there, get the like big magnifying glass to see it even more. So I was pulling it back, reaching in, and just cut it. It was in my mouth. I'm like, oh crap, dude, I don't want to get stuck. That was just like my worst fear when this was going on. So he was like, all right, let me go get my magnet thing. So he thought that braces were magnetic. So he went to go get that tool. He put it in my mouth, and of course it's not magnetic. So he's like, oh, that doesn't work. Oh, obviously. So he went to go get the I don't know what it's called, but it's like scissors. But it's like it doesn't cut, it grabs things. So you pinch it and it won't let go. So it's like a snapper. So you don't have to waste energy to hold it the whole time. But anyway, so he got that and took it out, and he looked at it, I was like, wait, I don't think this is it. I think there's more inside your mouth. So that worried me even more, because then, you know, what if I swallow it and I die? Ugh, I was just worried about that. But no, the reason why it was smaller once he actually looked at it was because in the magnifying glass, it was huge. The metal piece that he took out was huge, and then when he showed it to himself, it was smaller than he thought. So he didn't really think that through, so he kind of worried me, myself too. So yeah, and so I kind of scared him. I got a water kind of gargled it and spit it out. And I said, "Oh, hey, there's the metal into the sink." And he's like, "What? There it was?" And I'm like, "No, I was just kidding." But before the cut, I actually had to like bend it a little and get some wax and put it on there so it wouldn't damage my inside my mouth anymore, because it just started hurting. It was getting swollen a lot, so I just had to use some wax and all that stuff. I still have that button thing up top, if you see it right now. Yeah, that, to clear things up, that's not a expander. That's not, expanding my, my top jaw. It's basically for, so these back teeth, these, I think, 3 back teeth, don't drift forwards. So it's just moving all these front teeth back instead of these going forward. So that's what it's for. It's not an expander, it's just preventing the back teeth from going forward. Alright, and I promise this time, promise, that in 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, I will see you then. And I can't do it over the weekday because I have school. So I'll do it on the weekend as soon as possible. And that's it. And subscribe, rate, like it. Yeah, have a good one. Peace.